YouTube. This is not about my Ibanez RB720 from 1983, which I kind of forgot I had. Didn't forget I had it. This was bought this in bits. I had to fill in it, an extra humbucker put in it. I had to make a scratch plate and all that. I gave up on it after one of the gigs because it had the aluminium scratch plate on it and it looked crap on the video. And it was like, and I think the strings were hideous, like so bad that I had to buy new ones. So I had a quandary of which ones to pick. I had two packets. I had swing bass or roto bass, and I was going, this one's tuned to C sharp, so I went for, this is 45, 65, 80, 85, 105, this is 45, 65, 80, so the A is 5 bigger, so I went for that, seeing as I figured fatter strings better, just one of them. But this is a nickel on steel, whereas these are stainless steel, and these are bright, hard hitting tone, and these are great all round bright tone. Decision been made anyway. I'm not sure, I think the other ones, the swing ones, which I think is what I put on my other Sabbath bass, the J-Pax one, it has the red ends on it, the red string ends, which actually go quite well with this particular guitar, or bass as you could say. Whereas this one doesn't have, which probably works out better because it's a four-a-side, you probably end up with red string on one of them, these two, but not on these two, or the other way around. Anyway, so basically what I've done, all I've done is paint the scratch plate matte black, which will probably just chip off, not really sure, do it again later. Gave this a half polish brass. If you polish brass long enough, you end up, it looks like a gold bar, it comes up amazing. But going by, I had the one in my Vantage here, so shiny, it was unbelievable. That was a few years ago, it was like an Inca Temple, and then it just went matte. So what I think you're meant to do is polish it till it gets super shiny and then lacquer it so it doesn't tarnish. I haven't bothered actually doing that yet. I got fed up trying to do this in the studio tonight. Yeah, so for my Black Sabbath collection, we have, this is my down-tuned bass, and this is my standard bass, a 32-inch. This is such a joy to play. I know it doesn't particularly look very Sabbathy. It is purple, and it's got Black Sabbath on it, and obviously my amp, which you can't see, it has the band logo on it. So as I said, this video is not for this bass, which I've just put back together again, literally put strings on it 2 minutes ago. It's for the greatest pedal board ever invented. So this is a DeWalt jigsaw case, which the logo didn't go quite well. I wasn't thinking, I cut out the shape, just kind of drew it out and cut it out on a template made of paper and sat it on it, but this isn't level, so it kind of, when I did the grey and then put the purple at the top, it's kind of turned in a bit monstery looking, but that doesn't really matter. So there'd be my pedal board, with everything I need for my Sabbathing, including a couple of redundant pedals. Probably there's not that many here to go through. So we have the power lead. See, there's notches on either side, so I go in where the wah-wah is, and then it means that, and I come out here, but there's notches, so I can actually just close the lid at a gig, and it's all set up. So wah-wah, Crybaby for NIB, a tuner for being in tune, MXR bass distortion, running into the Behringer Sansamp clone thing, output there, and that's the loop, the wee Legato looper, which I'm going to try and import, like the noises for some of the songs, you know, like the War Pigs get sirens at the start and there's rain at the start of Black Sabbath. Having them on a foot pedal might be quite handy, and then there's the option of either running it through the bass amp or giving the sound guy a line from it. So I'm going to actually set it up and use it for the first time. You're not really going to see very much, but I mean that doesn't really matter. I only use the bass, the wah-wah for one song, NIB, and that's kind of it. So if I just, is that going to reach? Do I use this one? I should really be setting this up a little bit as well. So straight out of there, I'll just go straight into the amp, none of your faffing about. We're live. You got power? power's on. I just run that into the wah-wah, which has got plenty of weight to it. And then this goes into the bass. So this is the first time trying out my rig with a detuned bass. It's always a bit strange setting up the distortion pedals on a bass, because I've got quite a good distortion pedal, but yeah, and the plan being there, so that's it all set up. But I can close that over and it clicks closed, which means nobody can get at it. You can't even see that that's the case, but that is the case. Honestly. I'm not sure how much of this actually comes through. My pal was saying the other day that the wee Roland actually sounds better than my big amp, because I think that just overloads my speaker immediately. But the wah-wah I never use. And I've got the Behringer V amps in there just in case I'm playing a gig and there isn't a bass amp, or the bass amp's pure shit. That's got like a cabinet simulator and DI box on it. I mean, it does actually. I'm not going to do very much. It's a really nice distortion out of that thing, actually. I was all for using that before I got the MXR one. What I was thinking of using it for was basically a little bit of that. If there is no amp, I can just DI straight into the desk and it should sound fine. But also, if the two basses, like this one's in C sharp, so they might react very differently, I can have that either as a wee boost or a wee cut to match the two basses together a little bit better. But it's kind of weird with the distortion pedal doesn't work at this volume, or it's a weird one. It doesn't sound particularly Sabbathy, but it does when you're playing to a massive, to an 8x10. You know what I mean? I don't know how big I can't remember what kind of amps it is. It's a Swedish ones. How's my tuner doing? See, these strings have only just been put on. C sharp. I should probably write on the pedal board as well what I might be tuning these to, because I don't know C sharp tuning. You know, I basically put the E string to C sharp and then play the 5th fret to see what the next note is, which is actually F sharp, then B, and then E. But this is just settling down. This hasn't had strings on it for months. Probably nearly a year. It takes a little bit of effort to play in drop C. You need to be quite regimented and delicate maybe, and brutal at the right times to get drop C, not drop C, C sharp to work. Very low. Sabbath album songs in order there. That's what I missed about my Wheels of Confusion. Oh god. I maybe need to practice that one a little bit more. The one I need to look at is Megalomania. Andy was wanting to play. We're kind of short a little bit in Volume 4. Black Sabbath, we're doing alright. We kind of got all the songs. I've got all the songs written out. We can kind of do most of Paranoid. There's only a couple of songs listed out. There's just Sweetleaf missing really from Master of Reality. Oh, Killing Yourself to Live. We're going to do that one as well. Looking for Today. We did play that for a while. I really liked it, but something I can't remember what didn't work with it. Megalomania, but what I'm actually, I've just got my mute button there as well. I've never learned it, and I should learn to play the bass intro to NIB. I've always just winged it and just gone blah, 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 blah. I really should make a concerted effort to try and play it. It's too easy to, this seems very low down, but this is when I was trying to play a bit more like Geezer Butler kind of plays the bass sitting there rather than there. What less more just woo. This bass really is like a shredded machine Ibanez RG, but it's a bass. Yeah, so there you go. Right, I suppose I could maybe call this one Rig Rundown. So my Rig Rundown consists of an ideal gig, I suppose. This is my Fernandez, which again I've written on the back of the headstock, a PJS50 from 1986. Japan, Matsumoku built with a J-Pax. It's also J-Pax number... Oh, it's quite an early J-Pax. Sub 40. 20 something, maybe something like that. I need to get her to sign it. I don't think it actually says J-Pax on it either. And then, so currently I'm actually playing my Schecter P-Bass. I've been playing that the last couple of weeks. I basically think what the problem was, the action wasn't set up very well on the Grant bass I've been using, and the West Tone Thunder as well. You need to have that. It needs to be set up for C sharp. You can't just tune your bass down and it's great. So this is my, I said, what's that, 82, 83, big neck bolt on it. It's in terrible condition. It's like when I got it, it had been stripped and then painted gloss blue, and the paint was all cracked. So I sanded it all back again and then painted it again, and then it painted it purple, and then it all cracked. So I don't know what's up with the wood. Super expanding wood or something like that. And this had the silver scratch, but I think the matte black just makes it kind of looks right. It doesn't look wrong. I love the four-side headstock on this because it's a P-bass, but there's something about having that. It's kind of like a weapon. I don't know. There's something really cool about having like the EBO or the Gibson type headstock on a Fender. Yep, and then going into a Crybaby Wah, a tuner, MXR bass distortion. I suppose that Behringer bass V-tone thing is actually plugged in, but I mean, it's more of an emergency. It's more of there's room for something else in the pedal board. There wasn't room for a bottle of Bucky in it. That was the thing. I really thought having a bottle of Bucky in there would just be fantastic, but I ran out of space pretty quickly. And then the amp's a Marshall a B150, so a valve state. It's got a valve in the preamp, 150 watt, 115-inch speaker. Wheels, lots of handles. Oh, but I'll be honest, I spent the same amount of money on... Did I spend more? I can't remember. I paid 30 quid for the amp, but some of the knobs were missing, so I bought Marshall knobs and proper handles for the side, because it didn't have any, and 4 wheels, so I think I kind of spent the same again on wheels, paint, knobs and handles. So it's now, instead of having it's got one handle on the top, like this sort of thing, in the middle of that big massive amp. So I put one on each end, like a Vox, and then proper, the handles that go on the side of speaker cabinets on the side as well. So it's got 5 handles. Can't have too many handles. We're off. Played along with while this is uploading. So I mean, the thing with these Sabbath songs is I can sort of play all of them without never having played them before, just because I've listened to them so many times when I was growing up, because Sabotage is my favourite album. But I don't know, you need to give me the key. Which is starting A, there we go, haha. You know what I mean? And a quick run through, should be pretty easy. I really enjoy playing the bass in the Sabbath band. I've been playing a little bit too much recently, but that's only in rehearsals, just for show off. Try to play as much as I can, and then picking out the bits, remembering the bits that are good, so that when we're actually playing gigs I'm not showing off too much. Kind of like showing off. What's the point in playing if you're not showing off? never really played a bass and dropped tuning apart from in the studio. Which is kind of like, after playing that 5 string, it goes down to a B, so that's the low string on a... No, it's not. It goes another 2 notes lower than that, does the 5 string. But that's fine. There's definitely one. An awful lot of good Sabbath riffs, and I'm just actually writing out all the songs that are on the first 6 albums, just because I had to put something in the lid of the box. It's like there's so many in there that's like, oh, my favourites from years ago when I kind of... We're looking at Volume 4 specifically. It was St. Vita's Dance, which I can't even remember what it goes like now. Never played that one. What was that? It was a Cornucopia Under the Sun as well. I think we have a... Whoa. But remember, we've also been playing Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Okay, rambled on for long enough there. So, rock on, I'll see you all later. So that was my rig rundown, and using it was not a drill case, it's a jigsaw case. Just got it with an angle gun, cut off all the plastic bits to hold the jigsaw, stick it in, and I just think that's the perfect setup for a pedal board. I don't really have any pedals. I mean, I was just using a wee Boss Korg. About that size wee plastic multi-effects unit, because all I really was using it for was a bass, fuzz, the tuner, and the wah-wah for the intro NIB, which just kind of did the job. It was sits in the gig bag, it's fine. But noticing it doesn't really sound that different when you're in here. But it's kind of hard to judge. Bass is a very different beast played in the house than it is played live. I'm much better playing like all my drums and stuff like that through a big massive amp than I am playing like this. But I think it makes a difference just as you increase all the bits that are in your chain. I mean, I've been playing that band for a few years now and just using any old bass and any old guitar, but it's nice having ones that are kind of set up for it. I'll need to, but I mean, I totally forgot I had. I mean, this is basically just the wee red one. No, it's actually quite high. Was it a 470? A 720? So this is a really high. I'm assuming that maybe they didn't work quite that way. No, 720 is a really high up number. Because like that BRG's a 140, and then there's like a 3C, same as like, you know, you get your RG 300, your RG 500 and 700. It's a 700. Rocking. Catch you later.